If you're currently building a sales compensation plan, maybe 2 to 5 metrics, which are on a pay curve with a threshold and upside without any accelerators or kicker, you want to give a quick overview of your plan or maybe a visual way to interpret your plan, I would recommend you go to model.falconincentives.com. This is a free, easy to use visual tool that will help you to model compensation plan. If you're an analyst or you're a sales leader and you want to explain the compensation plan, or you are an HR leader, you don't need to sign up. You don't need to create an account. You can start using the tool right away. So let's say I'm putting together my FY25 sales compensation plan for account manager. It's a quarterly plan. So I'll just select quarterly as plan frequency. I have maybe 3 measures over here for my account manager. I can do that. The base salary for an account manager is, let's say, $60,000 annually, and the target incentive is $40,000. I can see the pay mix. So if I adjust the target incentive to, let's say, $60,000, it's a 50-50 pay mix. And automatically what the tool does is when you move the number of matrix, creates like an option to enter additional matrix. So I'll keep it restricted to 5. I can go ahead and tweak the matrix over here. For example, it could be bookings or it could be revenue. And because it is an account manager, maybe handling a team, I could have team attainment as a third metric. And I could keep the weights at 40, 40, and 20. So that way the weights add up to 100, and you can see the split adds up to $15,000, which is the quarterly amount, because the annual amount for account manager was $60,000. Each of them have to be necessarily on a pay curve, a simple pay curve with a threshold. And I can go ahead and edit the pay curves for each one of them over here. My pay curve is starting at 80%. I could do that at 80% for an account manager. I want to pay 20% of the target incentive. At 100, I want to keep it at 100. And at maybe 125, I want to keep it 200. I want to cap it. Then I want to reduce the slope beyond 125. So I can do that by at 150. I just want to pay maybe 225 again. So I'm reducing the slope and I'll save the changes. Similarly, I made the changes to the first measure, which is my bookings. You can go ahead and tweak the measures as you want, depending on your plan. You can edit the pay curves from here. You can add a point or you can delete a point. And it gives you like a quick, simple, easy way to understand the plan. And I could go ahead and make changes over here to the sales and quotas. It gives me the attainment. It also tells me how much would be the actual payout for that particular quarter. It gives me the payout broken down by different metrics in the plan. It gives me a good visual cue. I can also save this scenario as, let's say, my base case scenario. Then maybe I have one more plan for the account managers because we're still discussing. We've not decided the final plan yet. And this is where the tool comes in absolutely handy, because I could build 3, 4 plans and compare them together to give a sense of how one plan is different from the other one. What is the impact on the account manager? So in this particular case, I'll just maybe keep it 2 measures. I will remove the team measure and keep it like a 50-50 split, which it already is by default. I'll go ahead and edit the pay curve if I want to, or I'll just keep it the same. And I'll save this scenario as my aggressive scenario for account manager. So this is my aggressive scenario. I want to compare. What I can do is I can compare the base case scenario with the aggressive scenario for the account manager. I can see the payouts broken down I can see the difference. I can see the plan names in the base pay, the variable target incentive. I can see what weights were given to each of the measures. What was the change across the two plan? So giving you like a quick, simple, easy way to look at two things simultaneously and giving you a sense of what the payout is. So you can compare up to four scenarios. Most important thing, the tool runs in your web browser. Any plan scenarios that you create are stored locally. Your data never leaves the system and is not used for any purpose, including training or improving the tools that we build. If you're interested to integrate AI into sales compensation and you're not on the traditional SPM platforms, reach out to us and we can help.